Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zach the Mac coming at you with another video. Today I'm actually in my apartment and I got a nice little selfie stick from Five Below, and I was like, you know what? I low-key just want to start doing some stuff in my apartment. It gets kind of cold, right? So here I want to talk about the topic of do not worry about what anyone thinks about you besides God, right? I was thinking about this because growing up, I was extremely self-conscious, and even to this day, I can be self-conscious about what others think about me. And a lot of that was driven by, at least my over hypersensitivity, was when I got a little bit older, I was an RA in college. And we were always coached on, you are in a fishbowl. You are in a fishbowl and someone is always going to be looking at you. And that is 100% correct. Because people are always going to be looking at you, you have to be aware as well as cognizant of what you do out in public, even in private. There's been times as an RA, I've probably gone out a night with friends and people have been like, hey, yo, Woody, you my RA, what you doing out here right now? Like, there's been times that I always get that, right? There was even a time where I met one of my friends in college and she said to me, she said, oh, like, I remember when you used to work here. And at that time I was like 16. So someone's always looking at you, right? And because of that, it made me extremely hypersensitive to how people would perceive me. I would always not be my true self because I didn't want it to feel like maybe I wasn't being a good representative. And so I had to get a little bit deeper, and I just thought about the topic of, one, you are good enough to be exactly who you deserve to be. And when I say deserve to be, meaning that you deserve that. Your soul deserves for you to be its true self. And then two, the only person or the only individual that we are trying to satisfy in our lives is God. God is the number one thing. And guess what? He's satisfied with us because he made us. So we just have to walk into that. So going a little bit deeper into that root cause is I felt like my personal self of who I was not good enough, right? I had to be a little bit more sharper than the quote unquote chill or relaxed Zach or Woody, right? And because of that, I put up this wall, I put up a mask. You'll always see people talk about this mask, right? This mask that they put on. They get up in the morning, they go to work, they go hang out with friends, they go to church. And within this, you put on a mask of who you want to be, right? At least for me, right? I'm completely transparent on my walk. I would put on a mask of who I wanted to be, who I wanted people to perceive me as. In all reality, in all these different circles, church, work, home, friends, with family, none of it was the real whole me. Now there's 100 different concepts of, what hats or what masks you should wear in different, work or school or with family. The thing I just want to coach on is that don't live your life with the mentality of how other people perceive you. Live your life of how God perceives you. Well, Zach, what do you mean by that? How am I going to know how God perceives me? We hop back into that word, right? That is the number one thing. We hop back into that word. When we ground ourselves in God's foundational word, in God's foundation, into what he wants from us, what he expects from us, that's how we can live our lives. Not living our lives off of, what the blogs are saying or what our friends are saying or even what our family may be saying. It's off of what God is saying for us. Right now, we have seen a lot of different audiences talking about free speech, as you know, with Elon acquiring Twitter, Kanye West having controversial, Kyrie having controversial things. This is what I want to say on this. I want to say is that when there's so many things and so many avenues and so much noise, no matter what all those things are going on, you have to get right with you. I may not know your views on any of those topics of anything that's going on right now, but I pray that deep down inside, no matter how you feel, you're true to yourself, right? You're true to what you believe in, and make sure that it's rooted in God, because that's something, even if you pressure test left or right, it's always going to come out on top, right? It's always going to be number one. Sometimes I think to myself, when I started really rooting myself in God and his word and started caring about what he thought about me, guess what? He blessed me with all of this. Every single day I come home and I say, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you so much for allowing me to go your path and not others, right? When I was able to go God's path and think, what does he think about me? Not what my friends think about what I think on this controversial topic, or not what my mom perceives what her son was going to be, or not what my colleagues at work perceive who I am, but it's who God perceives who I am, right? And that's not to say that none of our peers or our friends' opinions doesn't matter. No, that's not the case. But what's going to matter is that when we leave this earth, because we one day will, you'll leave this earth, and you'll have that judgment day. And that judgment day is going to say, it's going to be right with you. It's going to be you and G-O-D. Not going to be you and your mama, not you and your daddy, not your friends, not your girlfriend, not your wife, not your husband. It's going to be you and God. So for me, as a man that I want to live and I want to be rooted in God and say, I want to be self-aware enough to say like, hey, these are my beliefs. This is why I chose to follow you throughout my life. Not because my mom wanted me to, not because a friend wanted me to, but because you wanted me to and you said that this was the right way to live my life. So that is the number one thing I want to talk about. So if you want to dance, if you want to crack jokes, if you want to smile, if you want to spread your arms out wide, if you want to do all these things, just do it. Because guess what? When you leave this earth, it's only going to be you and God. It's only going to be you and God having that conversation. So why does it matter how others perceive you? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's your boy, Zach the Mac. This is the first time y'all seeing my apartment. I want to say shout out to my main pastor, Pastor Maceo. He said, I never want to hide what God has blessed me with. God has blessed me with this, right? And God can bless you with the same thing. It sounds like I'm about to dish you a course. If you go buy that course for $99, like, no, I ain't got no course for you other than a good word to say, God can bless us with so many things. We just follow his path. Am I a saint? I'm not, but I'm a follower of God. And as a follower of God, God says, you are my son. That makes you a king, and I'm going to bless you. So thank you, God, for blessing me, and I'm so blessed that you had a chance to tune in. Check out some more of my videos, and I look forward to seeing y'all soon. Peace.